Hello everybody, and welcome to the awesome world of AI. Now, you all were tasked to do a 45-day instructional plan, and you're wondering, well, can AI do it? Can it assist you with doing this instructional plan? Well, I'm here to tell you that it absolutely can. So come on with me and let's go ahead and explore how AI can help you with planning. Well, hello there. Welcome to another exciting professional development. My name is Darnita Woodhouse, and I am your friendly neighborhood ITRT, or Instructional Technology Resource Specialist. So today we're going to do part 2 of ChatGPT, where we take AI to create our 45-day instructional plan. Now, a lot of you have mentioned or said that you're unsure of whether AI can actually do this or not. And so I'm going to show you what we can do in order to at least help you get started with creating that 45-day plan. So before we continue on, I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you guys are always kind to me. And you always trust me enough to try and at least give you the best technology advice that I can, and to help you out anytime that you need instructional guidance with technology. So thank you for always being there for me. I hope I reciprocate the same love and support that you all give me. So whenever you need me, just let me know, and I'll be right there, and I'll do the best that I can by you. So I just wanted to tell you all, thank you. All right, so we have an agenda right here. I'm going to skip through the agenda quickly. We're going to talk a little bit about the purpose and the outcome that we are hoping to get when we do this 45-day instructional plan model within ChatGPT. We're going to talk a little bit about why this matters. We're going to talk about the purpose of these prompts. And trust me, I created these prompts, and I'm going to give you the prompts so that later on, even though you've already done the 45-day plan, you can still go back and use these prompts when you are taking a look at the latest data that you're getting. And we're going to talk a little bit about how it connects to the standards, and how we can also use Magic School AI to kind of help us out. So even though we're looking at ChatGPT, we're going to also look at Magic School AI. So we're going back to something that I've already taught you and that you've already learned, but we can smash these AI models together in order to get exactly what we want. And we're going to talk a little bit about AI usage as well, and then we're going to conclude. We're also going to go ahead and take a look at ChatGPT so I can show you how I got all the information that I wanted when I put those prompts within ChatGPT. All right, so the purpose and outcome. We have a goal here. Dr. Hinton has a goal, and we want to turn our benchmark unit assessments into our 45-day pre-SOL instructional plan. What we're trying to do is take a look at that data, the data that we've collected, and we're trying to create lessons that is going to really improve upon the skills that the students are lacking within just by looking at the test and what we have taught in class. So we were asked to give certain information to Dr. Hinton. And so that information talks about looking at our score reports. We want to see how we can tier the students based on their needs. And then we also want to take a look at all of that, create a spreadsheet to plan out what we need to do. So that spreadsheet allows us to really hone in and take a look at that data, and it's going to be right in front of us. And then we're going to create a printable working model for our instructional plan. So when we look at it, we're going to have a couple of different types of items to take a look at data, and something that we can really push out and see, and we can report back to admin. So why does this matter? Well, We've been teaching the students all year long, and each and every one of us are teachers, whether we are the custodial staff or whether we are those who are in the cafeteria. Everybody plays a part or a role in trying to teach our students. So we want to ensure that instructional targets are mastered, okay, or what we expect out of our students. So we're all on one accord on this. So step one, the first thing I did was I began to pull reports. Now you can pull the SOL growth test report, or you can go ahead and take a look at Mastery Connect. You have all sorts of reports based on the unit test that you have created. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to pull and download these reports in order to get exactly what we need. So it says step two, upload rules and data quality checklist. So when we have it, when we download those items, those reports that we need, we're going to take a look at those and then we're going to place them right inside of ChatGPT. Now, how did I get the prompts that we needed? Well, Dr. Hinton gave out instructions. She said, I need you to answer these 6 questions. Then she said, well, who are the lowest students in the class as far as their scoring is concerned? Who reached mastery, who needs improvement, and who needs remediation? So we're going to go ahead and put all those things together. And so that's how I created at least 3 different prompts to give us exactly what we need. And so I'm going to shoot those prompts out to you so that you'll have it and you can modify it any way you like. Our next step is to figure out what each prompt is for. So I put this together so you can actually take a look at all of the prompts. Now, I told you that there were 3 prompts, but technically there are 4. There are 3 that are going into ChatGPT, and the 4th prompt is going into Magic School. So when we're taking a look at the ChatGPT prompt, the first one, we're going to take a look at the SOL expectations and responsibilities. And we're going to answer those 6 questions that Dr. Hinton gave. Then with ChatGPT prompt number 2, we're going to look at which students perform below mastery. We're going to be able to look at how to tier these students and place them into a group based on the SOL standards so we can really hone in on what we need to teach them. The third one is our instructional plan. At this point now, we're going to create a spreadsheet, a printable spreadsheet, where we can really look at who really performed well. This spreadsheet we're going to color code and we're going to put it all together to tier our students. The 4th one, which is the Magic School AI prompt, this is where we create our lessons and or a unit plan, our 45-day plan with objectives and different types of lessons that we can actually do with our students. Now we're looking at the standards connection. So once we do all of these things and get all of the data that we need from both ChatGPT and Magic School, now we can take a look at the data and see how the SOLs really connect. So I'm going to stop right here and we're going to take a look at the 3 prompts that I created and put inside of ChatGPT. So, let's go into ChatGPT and let's go ahead and take a look at these prompts. And you're going to be amazed at what you get as a result. Well, here we happen to have ChatGPT, and I love it, I love it, I love it. And so we're taking a look at Ms. Arrington's Mastery Connect benchmark unit test. And Ms. Arrington, I got to say thank you for always letting me use your data in order to help our staff. So what I did was I printed out the scores for the unit test. You can do this with the growth test too. So if you have any scores, if your students have taken the SOL growth test, you can definitely use that as well. Once you receive that printout, then if you look at my mouse, you see where there is that plus button. When you hit that plus button, you're able to add photos and files, and you're able to create images and search the web. So you have all these different features here. So what I did was I added that file. I saved the file to my computer, and then I added that file right there where you see that paperclip. Once I added the file, then I was able to go ahead and put in my prompt. So the first prompt for ChatGPT says, data-driven planning. Explain how the department will utilize the SOL blueprints and third quarter benchmark data to guide instructional planning. Now, this was everything that Dr. Hinton gave us to do. And we had from numbers 1 through 6, as far as questions were concerned, that she wanted us to take a look at. For example, you see where it says instructional strategies and responsibilities. Provide specific, actionable strategies for addressing identified gaps. So that was one question. And then she asked about targeted student support plan. And she goes on down to ask a couple of extra things, even down to where it says tier, identification, and standards, alignment. Identify students classified as tier 2 and tier 3, and specifically the SOL objectives that will be targeted for each group. So I copied and pasted some of this in here and then added my own little tweak to see what information I could get. So when I'm scrolling down, you're going to see what information ChatGPT gave me. So it gave me the standards that I am looking at when I look at that printout that I printed out from Miss Arrington's class. So here it is, says Algebra 1 Data-Driven Instructional Plan. Here we see that there are some standards here that we're going to take a look at. And as I go down, this is where the answers to those 6 questions that she asked us, this is where they come into play. So we have data-driven planning at the SOL blueprint. So remember, I've read that to you. And so it says, the department will use the SOL blueprint to confirm reporting categories and weights, identify cognitive demand levels, prioritize instruction for standards. And then going down, benchmark data analysis summary. We're looking at the strong mastery areas, the priority growth areas, and the highest concern. So this actually answers that question, and it answers it in detail. As I go down, planning actions. Here are actions and the responsible parties who will do this. And when we're looking at this, even though it says PLC team, so you can actually start planning with your team when you get together and show the data that you happen to have. Then we go down to instructional strategies and responsibilities. And I'm just scrolling down a little bit. And it breaks it apart by the standards, the highest priority. And here's the standard that's right here that needs to be addressed. Okay, and it gives strategies. It tells you the daily 10-minute skill drills. So that is what Ms. Arrington would do in her class to make sure that the students really hone in on this and get or grasp the SOL connection with what they're learning in class. So it's here. And here's the responsibility again, that the teacher is going to reinforce this daily. And when you're writing your lesson plan, you can definitely put this in for when you want to do reflections. And it will show that this is what I plan on doing for the next 45 days with this standard. So coming down, it tells you about targeted student support plan. So here's the plan for tier 1, for tier 2, and for tier 3. So it really breaks everything down, and it tells you what we're looking at. It also tells you the student scoring example, and it gives you other information here as well. Identifying the process, intervention programs and activities. So all of these things are here, and we can definitely really hone in on this and really take a look. In prompt number 2, you'll notice that I have the same PDF up here that I uploaded, and then I put in my second prompt. Using the information provided in this PDF, compile a comprehensive list of all students who are performing below mastery in the identified SOL standards. But then I also put clearly indicate each student's name and the specific SOL objectives in which they are classified as needs improvement or remediation. Because remember, we're looking for students who are below mastery. So when I scroll down, ChatGPT broke apart in a matter of seconds to like a minute all the SOLs that students needed improvement on or remediation. And underneath that standard, so you'll see the standard right here, and these students' names are blocked out, but you'll see that these students need improvement in that standard. Here's some more students who need improvement in this standard. And as we scroll down, it gives you a whole entire list, but who really needs remediation? They have that down here below too, and they list the two students who really need remediation in a particular standard. When I scroll down even further, it tells me that students with multiple standards below mastery. Okay, so it's giving me another report, and it's giving me students with remediation level performance and what kind of standard. So now you can clearly see how we can combine these standards together just to make that connection. We're making a connection between the students' lack in this particular area and how we can best support their needs. If you come down below, ChatGPT also gives you some extra added things as well. It says, well, if you would like, I can now organize this into tier 2 and 3, which is what we wanted. We could create a color-coded intervention tracking spreadsheet, which is the next step that we're going to do. Now we come to our third prompt that I placed into ChatGPT. You will notice that I added the document again, and I gave it specific directions. So I said, using the information provided, convert all data from each page into a comprehensive spreadsheet. So now we're getting into the spreadsheet. All right. And then I began to put more specifications in here. I asked for a color-coded mastery level spreadsheet or tab. I asked for to show me tiers 2 and 3. I asked for a breakdown of the tiers and add the students in there. And I also asked for an intervention planning tracker. So all these different tabs I added in here as well. And so when I scroll down a little bit, boom, okay, here is my spreadsheet that I can easily go ahead and download. Now, the thing about this is that it took about 7 minutes for it to create this particular spreadsheet right here. However, it broke it down. What's inside the spreadsheet? It talks about the student data. It was color coded, and so it gave me the colors for mastery, needs improvement, and remediation. It also tiered the students in tier levels 2 and tier level 3 based on their overall performance. It gave me the weakest standards breakdown, the intervention planning tracker, and it also gave me a couple of extra added things as well. And then, of course, it gave me another suggestion. If you want, I can also add a pivot style summary dashboard. So this gave me everything that I needed and more. And I was very pleased with the results. Take a look at another one that I did, and this is for the English department. And we used the reading growth SOL test. So when I put this information in, ChatGPT did this model for me. It gave me the tier score range for mastery, needs improvement, and remediation. But let me go ahead and hit something else. Here is where it began to color code for me. So I have this column where it gives me the vertical scale score for the student, and it color coded it. So you have all of these different things that ChatGPT can do, and it does it in a matter of minutes. So I would say that it took me maybe 10 minutes to get all of this together. The one item that took the longest was actually creating the spreadsheet, because it takes ChatGPT just a little bit of time just to analyze everything that you need. Okay, so 10 minutes. It tiered everything. It answered all the questions that I needed to have answered and give to Dr. Hinton. So everything is here, and it didn't take that long to do. So now we're in Magic School AI, and I use the tool that's called the Unit Plan Generator to create a plan for my 45-day instructional plan. Okay, so what I did was in the prompt, for the prompt, I put in that I wanted a 45-day plan based on the data that I had gathered. So with the reading growth test, I added that data in just like I did ChatGPT for the other data that I downloaded, and then I put in my prompt. So this is what Magic School AI did. It gave me what I needed. I think I did put in 25 days, so as you can see it right here, and I put tier 2 and tier 3 for small group focus. So this is what came out of that. It gave me the actual 45 days and not the 25 days that I asked for, because it was actually taking a look at the data that I had downloaded. So it gave me the objective. Students will identify the main idea and supporting details in a short nonfiction passage and create an accurate main idea statement. So it gave me my objective. Here is my assessment, which is going to be an exit ticket. The key points that the teacher should be making when they are going back over these particular questions and reviewing it with the students. So here are my days, and it gave me everything that I pretty much needed, and it's really impressive. It also gave me the standards, what standard was missing, and how we can focus on that standard. So for 45 days, it gave me a starting point to what I needed in order to carry all of this out and to follow that plan. And it gave me something that looked great if I wanted to pass this along to Dr. Hinton. All right, well, that's it. I hope I've given you something that you can use during your instructional planning. And so it just doesn't have to be that 45-day plan that you create with this, but anytime the students take a test or a unit test, you can definitely modify these prompts that I'm going to send to you. You can modify these prompts to get the information that you need. And secret word or secret words, 45-day instructional plan, okay? Or 45 days of instructional planning. Anything dealing with 45 days instructional plan, I will take it. All right, until next time. And let me know your thoughts about whether you enjoyed this particular video or not. All right, so I love you, and I'll talk to you next time. See you soon. Bye.